There's been a change in the capital city. Little Rock has a new team that is looking to win a Sun Belt Conference championship and shine their dancing shoes for the NCAA tournament in March. Little Rock also has a new face to lead their team. His name is Chris Beard, the new head coach of the Little Rock Trojans. And this is the Chris Beard Show with host Gary Hogan. The Chris Beard Show is brought to you by Bale Chevrolet, The Butcher Shop, Hangers Cleaners, Glazers Distributors of Arkansas, and 8 of their fine products. We encourage you to look for these beverages when shopping and urge you to drink responsibly. And Coach Beard's wardrobe provided by Dillard's Department Stores. Here with Gary Hogan is the head coach of the Little Rock Trojans, Chris Beard.
Good evening. Welcome in tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I've got the happy Chris Beard sitting next to me, and I'm going to say, well, I take that back. You were happy. You were happy Saturday night, and then you got home. I got home at 3:30 in the morning to my house. You got back about what, 4?
Something like that.
And so you were happy till Sunday morning, and then it starts all over again.
I sure do enjoy those long bus rides after wins, though, Coach. I don't know about you, but it seems like they're a lot more enjoyable.
That's why I got out of one of the reasons I got out of there.
I
couldn't take the bus rides anymore. But it was you had a 6-day period. We talked about Arkansas State last week on the show. We lost to them by 3. Then we go to Texas State. We're going to show you some highlights in a second. But this is a big game for us because we're coming off a loss, only our second loss. We're 17-2 and 7-1 in the Sun Belt Conference. And the question I have for you, back in August, did you believe any of this could happen?
Of course, yeah, I believe. You know, I got a lot of confidence in our players, and I got a lot of confidence in our coaching staff, individual records and stuff like that. I don't spend much time thinking about that, but what I did know early on in the recruiting process and starting this summer when we got our guys on the court together is that we had a chance to compete. We got 3 special seniors, as you know. Those guys are leading us great off the court and on the court, and so far so good.
You are tied in the Sun Belt. My guy Patrick Newton, who's just great as a sports information director. We're tied for the 3rd longest winning streak in the Sun Belt since the Sun Belt became the Sun Belt.
Yeah, I mean, all these records.
You don't know that, though.
No, all these records and stuff don't mean much to me personally. I'd much rather be ranked at the end of the season, not the first. I'd much rather be on a winning streak at the end of the season, not the first or middle. But, you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Anything that brings attention to our program or our athletic department, these players have worked really hard. And it's humbling hearing some of the records that we're accomplishing because we have so much respect for the players and coaches that came before us. There's a lot of history in the Little Rock program, as you know. And so anytime we can be mentioned in the same conversation with some of these other teams, you know, it means a lot to us.
There is really one happy guy, more than all of us in the athletics department. Athletics director Chase Conk.
Well, you know, a lot of our success is related to Chase. He does a great job with leadership, you know, not only for the men's basketball team, but our entire athletic department.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of changes going on in our athletic department, starting this fall with the rebranding to be Little Rock's team, and a lot of the things is based on the leadership of our boss, Chase.
Okay. All right. We talked about Texas State, where you went down to San Marcos, right side of Austin. We were down. Of course, we have to trail by 14 before we want to show people we can go play.
Well, yeah, it's a trend that we are trying to fix. We got that fixed the other night in Arlington, but here's some clips from the Texas State game, a team that we have a lot of respect for. One of the best defensive teams, not only in the Sun Belt, but in college basketball. Entering this game, they're in the top 10 nationally in points allowed. They're very hard to score against. And so you see some shots here by Kimmy Ase, and Roger Woods did a great job. But we knew scoring was going to be difficult. But I was really pleased with coming out of a victory in this game because of how much respect we have for their program.
You know, one thing we always do, you can always play defense, can't you? I mean, I don't care how bad offensively you're doing at night, but you can always play defense.
Well, we tell our players all the time, you know, defense is effort, it's focus, it's desire, and it's something we really hang our hats on, you know, with our program is offense can come and go, but defensively we like to be a team that's tough to score against every night. and that proved to be the case this week. I thought Texas State struggled to score against us, especially in the second half. Then I thought UT Arlington really struggled to score against us in the first half. And that's another one of the exciting things about this team as we watched Josh's game winner here. The score was tied. Josh did a great job, hitting a special shot. In those situations, when the score's tied, we tell our players we don't want the game to go to overtime. Under no circumstance do we want to lose. We're either going to win or go to overtime. And I really like Josh's poise there in the last situation. He played like a senior.
Yeah, and then you have one day off, and then you got to get ready for what I think is probably one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the Sun Belt, and that's UT Arlington. They beat Ohio State, they beat Memphis, they beat Texas El Paso, and you'll see the highlights here of this game that we got off to a 15-0 lead.
Yeah, we got to a great start. It helps when you hit shots.
23-4 at one time.
But it was more than just the hitting shots. We were locked in defensively. We were sharing the basketball, and we were getting the right guy, the right shot with space. Again, Kimmy Ossay is doing a great job for us with his shooting. Josh Hagan's having a special year. There's Mo Isom. His story is so inspiring this year. With the injury he faced this summer and fall, for him to be playing at the level he's playing has really helped our team. Jalen Jackson got a basket there. So it was a really balanced scoring effort. We had several guys in double figures. It was a good game against what I thought was the hottest and maybe best team in our league at the time.
Right. And Hagan's is unbelievable. There you saw him make a shot. He needs to play in Texas a lot. He's always played well in Texas in his 4 years here.
Yeah, Josh does a good job on the road. I think sometimes at home he presses a little bit because he wants to win so bad for his teammates. But on the road, there's an element of focus that maybe is not even there in home games. Yeah. And Josh has done a great job for us all season.
Well, we went down there, Chase and I went down together, and I went out to the bus to see Coach Foley, and sure enough, I come back in, it's 15-0. And I kept hearing these oohs and ahs in there, and I thought, oh, God, we're off to another bad start. It's 15-0. But, hey, we held on in the second half, played some defense we needed to. You set up a great play with Marius Hill, I think we saw it there, where he goes and catches a long pass from Higgins, which made it a 6-point lead late in the second half, and then we end up winning 68-62.
Yeah, give Arlington a lot of credit. We knew they were going to come back. We told the guys at halftime, get ready, the game's not over, and that proved to be true. But I thought our guys had a lot of poise and composure down the stretch. Arlington never got the lead. I think the closest they got was 4. We made some clutch free throws late. And in college basketball, Coach, you know this, and as you near February and certainly in March, you have to learn how to win games in certain different ways. And it was nice to see a great start, and it was nice to see the composure to hold on at the end. So it was a good win for our team. Okay,
let's go to the standings. And you'll see that we are sitting on top alone in the Sun Belt Conference, and that's a nice feeling.
It's early in the race. I've always thought the conference race really doesn't begin until everybody makes the turn. We've got, I believe, 2 more games before we kind of make the turn to the second half of the season, but this is where obviously we'd like to be. We've got a good team this year. They're buying in. We've got good leadership, and we have a lot of respect for the other teams in the league, but we feel like we have a chance to compete here down the stretch if we continue to play Little Rock basketball.
Okay. We'll take a break. We got to talk about Georgia Southern. We got to talk about Georgia State. We play them on Thursday night here at the Jack Stevens Center and Saturday night. So stay right where you are. We'll be right back.
You've seen the vans. Now here's the deal. Hangers Cleaners provides free pickup and delivery to your home or office twice a week. That's right, free delivery. Sign up now to save 20% on your first 2 months of cleaning. Hangers, to your door, won't cost a penny more.
Some might call us old-fashioned for being the only distiller its own barrels. For making our own charcoal and taste testing every batch of whiskey until it's perfect. Of course, anyone who calls us old-fashioned won't hear an argument from us. We know how to take a compliment. Jack Daniels, the way it was is the way it is.
I I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet. When you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, let us make the process easy for you. We're the largest GM certified pre-owned dealer in Central Arkansas with every make and model imaginable. And we also have a huge selection of brand new Chevrolets, the most awarded brand with the top satisfaction ratings in the industry. Plus, every vehicle we sell comes with our exclusive free oil change for life program. Stop by Bell Chevrolet in the heart of West Little Rock and let us show you the Bell difference. Bell Chevrolet, find new roads.
Okay, so it's a little off the beaten path, but the Butcher Shop is definitely worth the find, and your taste buds will agree. Choose one of the Butcher Shop's thick cuts of lean steak and cook it yourself. Watch it sizzle over the open flames on the grill, or let their chef cook it for you. Either way, it'll be the most taste-tempting steak in town. The Butcher Shop has other delicious menu items too, including chicken, salad, pasta, and more. The Butcher Shop, we're a lot more than just great steaks.
It's so real, it's cold here. No fees for comfort, it's so weird. Let music bring back the soul, yeah. Love all people, inspire growth, yeah. Love all people, inspire growth, yeah. Love all people, inspire growth, yeah.
You've seen the vans. Now here's the deal. Hangers Cleaners provides free pickup and delivery to your home or office twice a week. That's right, free delivery. Sign up now to save 20% on your first 2 months of cleaning. Hangers, to your door, won't cost a penny more.
Okay, as I said, we have a couple of big games. Matter of fact, we have 4 coming up at the Jack Stevens Center this Thursday and Saturday night, and then next Thursday and Saturday night. So at least we got a nice homestand, 4 games. And we start with Georgia Southern, who played on Monday night and got beat Appalachian State on a 4-point play. Is that right?
Yeah, scored 101 points in the ball game. So Georgia Southern presents all sorts of challenges for us. They're going to be a difficult team to play against. They're probably the fastest team in our conference in terms of up-tempo and offense. They've got 3 guards scoring in double figures. They have probably who's going to be the freshman of the year in our league and a really good guard, Tukey Brown. So we're going to have to play very well against Georgia Southern. And then, of course, Georgia State, I mean, one of the best stories in college basketball last year. Yeah. You know, making the NCAA tournament, winning a game against Baylor, I believe, and this year they're just as good. It takes a little bit of time for the team to develop after you have a special team like last year, but they continue to get better with each game.
Okay, we've got some highlights first to Georgia Southern. Let's take a look at them. This is the team we're facing Thursday night. Women's game starts at 5:15. Men follow 30 minutes after the women's game.
As you can tell, they're very, very up-tempo. They shoot the ball quickly, and they have multiple guys on the floor that can play the guard position, basically a 4-guard lineup, which could present some problems for us, but we're going to be have our hands full this week in preparation for these 2 teams. They play different styles, but really good basketball.
They don't have any problem getting up and down, do they? Like
no,
you said.
Shoot it quick. The coach does a great job with spacing, and they play all over the floor. So we're going to have to. It's going to be a unique game for us. We're going to have to be locked in mentally.
Okay, after we win on Thursday night.
There we go again, just like an administrator. I mean, just counting the wins before they happen.
I can't help it. I'm trying to look on the bright side of things here. Then we play Georgia State, who presents some problems themselves.
Yeah, Georgia State, again, everybody knows about their special team last year, but they returned several starters from that championship team. They play a unique style of defense. They play a matchup zone, normally all 40 minutes of the game. And then offensively, their coach does a great job playing inside and outside. But we're going to have to get ready to play against the zone. We're going to have to make shots. We're going to have to control the tempo. Georgia State's a team we have a lot of respect for. It's going to be a very difficult game.
You know, when we were down at UT Arlington, we had a chance to visit with Alan Barksdale, who played for us here. And you have a little unique situation with Alan Barksdale, who played for Wimp Sanderson. He played for, followed him was Sidney Moncrief and then Porter Mosier. And you have somebody else on your staff that played for all 3. Michael Neal, your trainer. So that's pretty good. Ask Michael Neal what it's like to play for all 3 at one time.
That's 2 winners right there with Alan and Michael. I mean, those are the kind of guys I wish they were playing right now. You know, if they had a little eligibility, we could use them. But one of them could really shoot it, one of them could really go get it. But in all my years of basketball, I've been around some special people and certainly some really good trainers. But Michael Neal's at the top of that list. You know, being a former player and being able to relate to the players, he's a players first guy, and he's a big part of our program. You know, our guys have stayed healthy. He's done a great job with some rehabs that we've had, and he's a special guy. Yeah,
you got Daniel Green back. Came back from that meniscus.
Yeah, we're going to try to get him back on the court this week. You know, he practiced for about 7 days now, getting a little bit better every day. Really wanted to play him in the Arlington game the other night, but the game was pretty quick in the first half. And in the second half, we were trying to break the press. But look for Daniel to get some meaningful minutes this week against the 2 Georgia teams.
Okay, we're going to take a break, come back with your social media question, and I've got one for him too. Maybe he'll answer it, maybe he won't. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's this?
Chardonnay party.
How the hell and I know? She brings a sledgehammer to a thumbtack. She brings a flamethrower to a bonfire.
She brings beer to a Chardonnay party. A lot of metaphors, but I get it.
As long as you are you, it's Miller time.
Creator of Knob Creek Bourbon, Booker No once said, if you're not completely satisfied with the big, full flavor of our bourbon, just send back the unused portion, and we'll drink it for you. Knob Creek, aged 9 years for big, full flavor. So big, it was named Best Bourbon of 2015.
So, what are your names?
My name is Papier.
And I am Plastique.
Miss? Miss? Excuse me, miss. Paper plastic, miss. Paper plastic.
Pinnacle, the original whipped vodka. Now available in cherry, chocolate, and orange whipped.
Okay, so it's a little off the beaten path, but the butcher shop is definitely worth the find, and your taste buds will agree. Choose one of the butcher shop's thick cuts of lean steak and cook it yourself. Watch it sizzle over the open flames on the grill, or let their chef cook it for you. Either way, it'll be the most taste-tempting steak in town. The butcher shop has other delicious menu items too, including chicken, salad, pasta, and more. The butcher shop, we're a lot more than just great steaks.
You feel it in your heart. The spirit of Little Rock. We've had that spirit since 1927, helping build our city by producing decades of leaders in the heart of our state. We are the heart of business and innovation, the heart of politics and government, the heart of arts and culture, and in our city beats the heart of a Trojan. UALR, we are Little Rock's team and Little Rock's University.
Love these things. Hilarious.
Sorry, force of habit. As long as you are you, it's Miller time.
Okay, we're back. We want to, every show, have a player interview a player, player interview a coach. And we have Liz Sochi interviewing Marius Hill today. And this ought to be good because Sochi, you know, he's from Kosovo, and he might ask Hill what he eats for dinner. I'm not sure. Let's take a listen.
Kosovo meets Chicago.
Hi, the Rock fans. This is Liz Sochi from Kosovo. I'm a hard college transfer here, and I'm a player in Little Rock. So with me is my teammate Marius Hill. Please, how you doing, man?
I'm good today. How about you?
So tell us how was playing at DePaul in front of you at home, you know?
Well, it's been a while since I got to go back home, so it was actually pretty fun. And I had a good time playing out there in front of my family, and I got to enjoy them.
Did the family like when Coach would yell at you? Because you had 2 turnovers?
I think I got a little bit of complaints about him yelling a little bit too much, but you know, just with the process.
You had a chance to enjoy Chicago after the win?
Yeah, Chicago was actually, you know, we had to go see the city a little bit, you know. It's nice to be back home.
Can you tell us more about why you missed dunks, man? You missed one at home where I got chewed out because, you know, I had believed you were going to dunk, and I didn't go for a rebound. Coach pulled me out because you missed a dunk. And last game, you missed a dunk too. So can you just explain to us why?
I think I just don't have the ability of the flight Max, you know. Max has a lot of jumping ability, and I just, you know, he hasn't gave me the powers to go up there.
It's
and
understandable.
Do it. Yeah, so once I, you know, I think I gotta just hang with Max a little bit more.
Yeah.
Then I'd probably be able to do it.
Man, you got improvement.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been bad.
Yeah, I understand.
Thanks for joining us tonight, and I hope to see you guys at Little Rock in our games.
Two good kids. They're all good kids.
Two of my favorite people right there. You know, not only really good basketball players, but high character people. Reese is a winner. Done a lot for us, you know, leadership. We talk a lot about the seniors, but that junior class right behind them has been solid, and certainly those guys are the future of Little Rock basketball. And then Liz has made such a huge impact. We know we needed him to do that, and it's one thing to talk about it, and it's another thing to do it. And he's really made an impact on the program in his first year.
7 guys, I think, were left over from last year's team, and then you brought in 10?
Yeah, 10 new players. Yeah. 7 are eligible to play this year.
Right.
And of course, Deshaun, Oliver, and Thomas are sitting out, and looking forward to getting them on the court next year.
Yeah. So you got some things to come for us, don't you?
Yeah, this is a great time in Little Rock basketball. Not only are we enjoying some early success now, but I feel like the program's in good hands in terms of our younger players coming up. You know, we talked about our freshmen before, DeAndre Burns, not getting as much playing time as he or I would like on the court. But every day in practice, he shows glimpses of what he's going to be in the future. So we have a lot of good players in the program right now.
Okay, we've got a social media question. Let's take a look at it. And this is from Cole Admonson. He says, what have the wins over San Diego State, East Carolina, Tulsa, and DePaul done for the program?
Well, those wins were very important for different reasons. One, you know, whenever you build something and you have a vision, early success is key. And so we were teaching a vision, we were talking about it, but until we went out there and started winning games like this, you know, I don't know if the players 100% believed. When they saw their process works, when they saw all the work that we put in, actually started relating to winning games, it just validated a lot of the things we were doing. And then secondly, equally important, you know, we have a vision for the program here where we'd like to be in the NCAA tournament every year, you know, regardless of what happens in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. And to do that, you've got to have a great non-conference schedule, and you've got to win those games. And I certainly think that's the case with this year's team. I can't predict what's going to happen here the next few weeks to month, but I do know that we're a part of the conversation. I know when you get yourself to 17-2 and you've got quality wins in the non-conference, that you're a part of the conversation. And to win the fight, you got to be a part of the fight. And I'm very proud of this year's team. Even though it's real early, you know, we're part of the fight right now.
And you just got to keep boxing.
No doubt.
You know, absolutely. Now, my social media question is, you were 8 years under Bobby Knight. How many chairs did you see him throw during practice? I don't think he threw any more during the games, but he had that one at Indiana. But what about during practice?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't see Coach throw a few things, but I think that's true with any coaches. You know, the thing about Coach Knight is he basically lived his life with a camera in front of him at all times. And that's kind of a scary thing to think about. I know I'm fortunate that the camera doesn't follow me around all times. But no, Coach Knight, he's the passion and the intensity and stuff like that are one of many things I learned from him. You know, he brought it every day. He had a standard of excellence, and in a lot of ways we try to emulate the same things here with our program, just sometimes in a little bit different way.
I laugh at the story. You had Coach Foley come out to visit Bob Knight, and Coach Foley's in your office, and all of a sudden some envelopes, some paper started to fly around, and you said to Coach Foley, I don't think so, not today.
Well, I don't remember the specifics of that, but I do know that
Coach Foley does.
Yeah. Just like in life, you know, timing is everything.
Yeah.
And when people wanted to come out and visit with Coach Knight about basketball, you just always hoped that we'd won the previous game, because, you know, coming out and seeing Coach after a win was a totally different experience than coming out after we didn't win.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what happened to Coach Foley.
You know, he did get to spend some time with him, though, on a fishing trip. So at least he got to talk to him about that motion offense, because Coach Joe runs the same offense you do.
Yeah, no question. That's one of the special things about having the opportunity to coach here. is being able to work with Coach Foley on a day-to-day basis and his staff. I mean, we're just all friends. You know that, Coach. We like to hang out, and both of us running motion offense. We don't run it near as good as his teams do, but it's just fun to talk basketball and bounce ideas off of, what I think is a Hall of Fame coach. It's just about 3 doors down.
Yeah, he's got a lot of wins too.
He does.
And his program, I never worry about Joe Foley till February.
Well, his teams get better, and I think that's the case with the women's team this year. They're just getting better with each game. I think Coach said it himself in Arlington the other night was the best they've played. And that's the mark of a good team and a good coach, when your team can get better as the year goes on. And I think our women's team is going to be a real contender in New Orleans. And I know I wouldn't want to play against them after Coach Foley's had a chance to coach them for 5 or 6 months.
Yeah. Tell me this, with your team and you look at the future, you brought in, already you've signed 2 great guards. There's a chance you're still looking at the player out of Virginia who's really, really good. Anybody else that you're looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. Recruiting's going really well, and that's another byproduct of our success and how good this team's playing. We're able to get into doors now that maybe we couldn't have got into this summer, and our players deserve credit for that. But we've got the 3 players sitting out. We signed 2 special Arkansas players early with AJ and Ryan, and then we're certainly on some really good guys right now. I look for us to add maybe 1 to 2 more players in this year's recruiting class as we continue to build the program.
Okay. We've got 2 big games this week. We are at the Jack Stevens Center for the next 2 weeks, but on Thursday night we play Georgia Southern. Women's game starts at 5:15. You follow 30 minutes after that. Saturday is the 4 o'clock game with Georgia State for the women, then you follow probably around 6:15. Get your tickets by calling 565-UALR or go to lrtrojans.com. I urge you to come out and see some great basketball. You'll really enjoy yourself. We've got a lot of good things going at the Jack Stevens Center. Have a great night. See you next Wednesday.
The Chris Beard Show has been brought to you by Bale Chevrolet, The Butcher Shop, Hangers Cleaners, Blazers Distributors of Arkansas, and 8 of their fine products. We encourage you to look for these beverages when shopping and urge you to drink responsibly. And Coach Beard's wardrobe is provided by Dillard's Department Stores.
Squire, what beer may I fetch you, my lord?
I'll have a Red's Apple Ale. And perhaps a wrench? No. A wrench. A wrench.
Red's Apple Ale. Also,
I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet. When you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, let us make the process easy for you. We're the largest GM certified pre-owned dealer in Central Arkansas with every make and model imaginable. And we also have a huge selection of brand new Chevrolets, the most awarded brand with the top satisfaction ratings in the industry. Plus, every vehicle we sell comes with our exclusive free oil change for life program. Stop by Bell Chevrolet in the heart of West Little Rock and let us show you the Bell difference. Bell Chevrolet, find new roads.
As bourbon ages, some of it evaporates. That's the angel's share. But a richer bourbon stays trapped in the wood. We've made history by extracting it. Devil's Cut from Jim Beam.
Hey there, Tiny. What beer we drinking?
I don't know, boss. What about that Red's Apple Ale?
You're a genius, Tiny. This applesauce is the bee's knees.
The cat's pajamas.
It's your